Trump administration halts supply of HIV, malaria, tuberculosis drugs to Nigerians, other poor country, developing countries, and also halt all aids to any developing country. Trump is eating us hard, seriously hard. HIV, the reason why most countries can afford HIV medication is because most of all those medications are free. They are subsidized by mostly these developed countries like United States of America, mostly highly funded by the United States of America. But Trump said, no, he's not giving any free things again now. After all, you guys want to create BRICS. After all, you guys are talking to us anyhow. So we are not going to fund all those crazy stuff for you guys. So they are halting it. I don't know if this is a great idea because on behalf of those people really need that medication, malaria medication and so on. I really think they should rethink about it. But after all, their own government of these developing countries are busy buying private jets, are busy buying houses abroad, and they cannot assist their people. Let us call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade, guys. For instance, according to the White House, they said Biden administration already put in place $50 million US for Gaza to subsidize condom. Found that there was about to be 50. I'm coming. Let me show you the full video.
During this pause, Doge and OMB have actually found that there was $37 million that was about to go out the door to the World Health Organization, which is an organization, as you all know, that President Trump, with the swipe of his pen in that executive order, is no longer wants the United States to be a part of. So that wouldn't be in line with the president's agenda. Doge and OMB also found that there was about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza. That is a preposterous waste of taxpayer money. So that's what this pause is focused on, being good.
That's the height of it, guys. You are giving $50 million to Gaza to purchase condoms. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, guys? Honestly. Will they actually use it to purchase condoms or to purchase weapons? This is how they indirectly contribute to insecurity. This is how they indirectly fund insecurity. They know exactly what this money are meant for, but they decide to just turn blind eye. After all, our book said assistance for purchase of condoms. If they decide to use it to do whatsoever they want to use it for, is their own business. And meanwhile, they know exactly what they want to use that money for. So, guys, tell me, condoms, $50 million US. Come on, man. Let's be honest. Let's be realistic. Should United States of America continue funding someone like some place like Gaza, funding their use of condoms? Should they continue subsidizing these drugs when our own government, when those country governments are busy using the money, using their natural resources money to send their kids abroad to school, to buy fancy houses, to spend on government expenditures, to spend on their allowances and travel and clothes? Meanwhile, other countries fund these critical sectors. It's easy. Instead of buying private jet, instead of flying around the world, simple. Divert that money into the health sector, into subsidizing those drugs. It's simple. Why are people crying? The people are crying because they are aware how wicked their government can be. They don't care about if you buy or not concerning malaria. What is goddamn, what is their business? Malaria and HIV drugs. If you like, go buy for malaria. They don't care, most of all those countries. That is the fear of their citizens. So that is why all those NGOs who open NGOs and use that siphon money to buy themselves fancy houses, they will always cry foul when it comes to this kind of news. They will always shout, oh, Donald Trump, don't ban it. Nigeria this. People will do this. There will be no access of medication. What about your own country? What are they using their money for? What are they using their money for? How many times have we talked about corruption in Africa mostly? Because this thing will be mostly hit by Africa. How many times have we been talking about corruption? Corrupt leaders who do not care. Corrupt leaders do not care. So you mean another person from another country should care about you? If your own country people do not care about you? Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. How can you fund people to have sex? You are funding their enjoyment. No now. It's not proper. It's not proper at all. It's not proper at all. Let's be honest. Of course, people are going to hear it hard though. Shockwaves at Donald Trump halt HIV funding for Nigeria and other developing country. And South Africa as well. So USA, according to South Africa media, they said US President Donald Trump has suspended foreign aid, cutting off supply of vital HIV and malaria treatment to some of the world's most vulnerable regions, including South Africa. With programs like PEPFAR now frozen, millions who depend on this life-saving medication are at risk. The move has sent shockwaves through aid organizations who warn that this suspension could have devastating consequences, particularly in South Africa, while millions rely on foreign assistance to combat this disease. Africa needs to combat their greed. Why are we crying over this? It's a wake-up call. African leaders need to combat their greed and their wickedness. Are we going to blame Donald Trump for trying to safeguard his country, for trying to save money for his country? Africans need to leaders to start waking up. If there are this kind of diseases coming up in countries, they immediately issue travel ban on that country so that they won't transfer that disease here. Because after all, we're going to say, oh, after all, now they can bring the disease come Africa. The reason why they were able to infiltrate Africa, because your leaders were weak. Leaders were weak. Their own is just to siphon money to build infrastructure abroad. Am I lying? Say, yeah, Adam Slink, you are lying. I understand, though those drugs are vital. I understand the consequences, but then again, don't we have enough money to go around in Africa? What are those leaders using this money for? We are just being emotionally speaking on this matter. Because United States of America has every right to stop it. After all, it's my money. I'm giving you and I decide to stop it. Then you're going to blame me for stopping it? African leaders should wake up. Let us also let us check their tax they have refused to pay for years. The reason why Africa are backward is because we rely so much on them. And even if the money comes, the African leaders will also spend the money on themselves. I've never seen such issue before. You are so greedy, you eat your own. And when you go outside to beg food for your kids inside, you also eat the food outside. Ha! And when that man refuses to give you food, when that man refuses to give your kids food, The food that we all know, even if they give you, you will not able see it to eat. You are complaining about it. If not for those NGOs that Donald Trump, that all those developed country donate money through, do you think you will get any drugs if they are indeed giving it directly to the government? Do you think you will get anything? Oh, God damn it. Well, let me know exactly how you feel about that. Then I'm happy about this new law from from uh, from Benin City, Nigeria, Benin, from the governor. They said breaking news: the Edo State Governor Monday Okpeholo today signed into law a 21-year term for court members and their sponsor. 21 years if you are caught doing anything that is related to courtism. 21 years imprisonment if you are doing anything related to courtism and their sponsor. I don't understand this law though, because we see our celebrities all the time. Well, it doesn't affect them though. You see our celebrity all the time doing there and doing all those signs, promoting courtism. How come those laws doesn't touch them? But this is just for Benin City. It's not federation. You understand? It's just for Benin City only. I think it's a welcome development. And if you are caught, you are as a courtist, you take another person's life, of course, you pay the ultimate price. And if you are caught as a courtist, you are robbing, kidnapping, of course, you pay the ultimate price. Well, thank you very much for watching. It's your boy again, I'm Slink. Catch you guys next time. Peace.